thanks to the support as a channel member, Tim Babbage. Our road to Wembley for another season starts again here. FA Cup kicks off right now. We're also doing quite well in the league. I've decided we're getting promoted this year. Hello and welcome to part 112 of Wembley to Wembley. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have that FA Cup first round game away against Fleetwood. We've also got a match against QPR in League One. Since you were last with me, we've done really rather well. Look at that for a run of form. The season started slowly. We saw it in the previous episode, a little bit slow to get off the ground. Lots of draws, defeats, knocked out of 2 cups. In fact, not knocked out of the EFL Trophy, but we lost in the EFL Trophy. But we were struggling, and then we weren't. We picked up this 1-0 win with a 91st minute goal away against Bromley, and that kind of set us on a little bit of a run that we are still on. We've not lost since that game against Yeovil in the EFL Trophy, and it's all largely thanks to the emergence of another loanee striker. It's the 3rd season in a row we've done it. We've picked up a loanee striker who is rattling in the goals for us. Paul Marnie, on loan from Ross County until the end of the season. He has got 8 goals in his first 11 games for the club. 8 goals in 8 starts in the league is a jolly nice situation to be in as well. But we've also got Robert Swaby, who of course was our great hope in the summer. We brought him in and he immediately got injured, so we had to start the season without him. But he is now fit and in the team and scoring goals as well. So with the 2 of them combined, we're doing all right. The league table looks like this. We're currently 3rd in League One, 1 point behind Wrexham with a game in hand. So obviously if we win our game in hand, we would move into those automatic promotion spots. We'd very much like to move into an automatic promotion spot, but that's not the job for today. Or it might be, because we'll do that in the second half of the episode. But the main job for today is an FA Cup run, because as you can see, the money's all gone again. It really doesn't take long for the money to entirely disappear when we're spending all this extra money on wages. We're spending way more on wages than we're actually bringing into the club. I don't really understand how we're still working within FFP. We're theoretically allowed £38,000 per week on senior players. We're only spending £27,000 on senior players, £35,000 total. But players under a certain age, so yeah, under 21s, don't count towards the wage cap. But we're not actually at the wage cap, but we are absolutely hemorrhaging cash. We started the season with about £500,000 in the bank, and we're already down to this point by October. The projection is a terrifying thing. Goodness me, do we need not just a deep cup run, but also promotion to the Championship and the money that comes with that, because otherwise the long-term future of this club might not be as secure as we hoped that it would be. But let's just go and win a football match and not worry about all those kind of things, I guess. And because it is away against Fleetwood, who are down in the bottom half of League 2, we are taking the opportunity to rotate a little bit as well. So we're going to learn together. We're going to have a look at some of these players that we've not used a huge amount this season. In particular, Harry Regan is going to get a start up front. He's made a number of substitute appearances and not looked great. But to be fair, his substitute appearances have often been out wide. But we're going to give him a chance to be our centre forward. Who is the guy who got the goal that started our run of form, never actually earned himself a start off the back of it and hasn't scored since either, so he's going to come into the team as well. And we've got a few other of the fringies like Tashan Septus, who looks like he could be great, probably the most threatening of our super subs, but again, not really getting any kind of run of matches. So our full team for the game against Fleetwood, we've got Slocum in goal, a back four of Berry, Scholes, Rose and Squire, Cole and Westlake in midfield, Septus, Slivov and Bunce, then behind Regan up front. I realise that I could be creating huge problems for myself here by doing this amount of rotation. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to show you this match. I wouldn't necessarily go out of my way to show you a match against a team from the division below ordinarily, but I figured with me doing the rotation, which I think we need to do, we need to work out how good these squad players are, and this seemed like the opportunity to do it, but there's always the chance that we get ourselves knocked out in the first round when we really need the money. So I figured if there is a danger of that happening, we should probably watch the match together. And you know what? If we get an interesting draw in round 2, we might bin off the QPR game in the second half of the episode and just go and do that and really focus it on the cup run for the first half of this season, because the second half of the season, of course, will be all about getting us into the Championship. It's going to be a busy season. Could we see our first ever trip to Wembley, either through a playoff final or, you know, who says we can't get to the FA Cup semi-final? Yes, it's only the first round, but you never know. Stranger things have happened. Cole on the edge of the area plays it out to Squire, who takes one touch to go round his man. Cross comes in. Regan gets on the end of it, but he just loops his header up into the air. In fact, I've done him a disservice there because we've won a corner off the back of it, so it must have been a save, and it's going to be Slivov to take the corner. He's going to hit the in-swinger, aiming for that near post, but it's headed clear. But we keep the pressure on. It's come back into the area from Slivov again. Never really aimed towards a Wembley player, though. It was one of those who was just kind of put into the danger area in the hope that someone would attack it, and nobody really did. So it remains 0-0, but I guess importantly, we're nearly at half time and Fleetwood haven't even had a shot yet. So we're certainly creating the best chances. We're creating the only chances because Fleetwood haven't had a shot in the entire first half. That's what you get for playing a flat back six at home, you bunch of cowards. But it doesn't help us out unless we find a breakthrough and grab a goal. You've seen the run of form that we're on. We've definitely got some goal scorers. We're definitely... Oh, that's a maniac tackle, isn't it? That's a red card. He telegraphed it from so far away. And that does... This is what I mean. This does start to create a few problems from us. All the goal scorers you've got us to this point aren't on the pitch. And now we've had an absolute maniac tackle from our only left back. I guess Lloyd or Salucci could come on and go out there. I guess we take off Regan. Slivov can go up front. Regan is going to go down to left back, and then we'll take him off. And we're not going to bring on Swaby at left back. My assistant manager's lost his mind. We'll stick Lloyd on at left back. Slivov is probably only going to be on for maybe the next 10 or 15 minutes. We'll give him the time playing up front to try and get the breakthrough, but I think Swaby is going to come on in the very near future because we now really, really, really need a goal. We don't want to get to the point where we're going behind with 10 men and having to chase and risk bombing out of the FA Cup when we all know just how much we need to be a part of it. In fact, I think I'm going to demand more because that will hopefully tell the boys what I've just told you. What was that? Slocum with the weirdest... I mean, he was put under pressure by the ball played back to him, but it was a very weird kind of hacked clearance that goes out for a throw in a danger area for us. And weirdly, Fleetwood, despite being the home team playing against 10 men, still haven't really committed any more men forward. But we've given it 15 minutes. Slivov's done nothing, so Swaby's going to come on, and hopefully we'll see him maybe create something for us. We're also going to take off Septus and bring on Duffy. Get some of the boys who've been part of this excellent run of form that we've been on into the team. Full disclosure, of course, and I feel like I'm saying this a lot at the moment. I'm recording these videos in bursts and then having time off. But this is the first video I've recorded since getting back from Liverpool in the FIFA World Cup featuring Football Manager that I was a part of. Hopefully you got a chance to watch some of it. It was great. But that does mean I've not touched the save for a week again. So there's always the chance, as we saw recently, that Football Manager could decide to just punish me for that. And we might end up getting knocked out of the FA Cup as a result, which will have serious long-term consequences that I don't really like the sound of. Right, let's offer some encouragement. We've tried demanding more. We're going to offer encouragement. Fleetwood have shown absolutely no attacking intent in this entire match, and presumably if we do have to go to a replay, it'll be same again from them. They're just not going to bother. I tell you what, if we have to go to a replay, we're absolutely going to be putting the first team out for that one. And worryingly, we might not even get to a replay because Fleetwood have scored. And this is genuinely a financial disaster if we get knocked out of the FA Cup here. I mean, it does have the positives. We'll put the positive spin on it that we can focus on the league. But being knocked out of the FA Cup is a big, big problem. And it's still all Fleetwood. Going down to 10 men has wrecked us. Oh, well. I mean, talk about against the run of play. Well then. They've had... I mean, that doesn't tell the story at all because none of that started to turn around until 5 minutes before the end of the game. They've hit us with 2 late goals. And we're out of the FA Cup. That's potentially costing us millions of pounds. And I mean, it has actual consequences for next summer. If we don't get into the Championship now, we're going to have to do next season on a reduced budget, which means this is now a now or never situation with regard to getting promoted. We can't afford to collapse and go on a bad run from here, but that's the kind of result that does hit club atmosphere a little bit. It hasn't hit it loads, so maybe we'll be okay. I'm glad it was the reserves who got knocked out. It doesn't upset too many of the first teamers. Let's go and thump QPR to make ourselves feel better. So here we go then. Much stronger game for the team, or much stronger team for the game. Learn to speak, man, for goodness sake. Much stronger team for the game against QPR. It's Slocum in goal. A back four of Scholes, because of course we've lost what's-his-face to suspension. Berry suspended off the back of his maniac tackle in the last game. So Scholes is going out to left-back. Salucci, Rose and Squire making up the rest of the back four. Whitmore and Cather come back in midfield. And then Duffy, Shehu and Bunce behind Swaby up front. We do need to keep a little bit of an eye on Duffy, who is on his way back from an injury, so we don't want to necessarily leave him on for the entire match. But fingers crossed, we can put all of that behind us and continue what has been an excellent run of league form. If we have a look at the league table, there's your confirmation. Even a draw today, because this is a game in hand. Even a draw today puts us up into those automatic promotion spots, which is definitely where we want to be. But obviously, we want to get there via a victory and not let Charlton get too far ahead of us, because, you know, we'd like to win the league. Winning the league is fun. I don't know that there's necessarily any more money attached to it, but everyone likes a trophy. Everyone likes a little bit of fun. I mean, if we get promoted, it doesn't really matter how we get promoted. We'll take a promotion of any kind of flavour, but we got, you know, we want to win the match. That's what I'm getting at. We want to win the football match. We have not had a highlight in the entire first half, which is a little alarming. Somebody do something. Let me know that we've got highlights turned on. Here we go. Duffy with the in-swinging corner, looking for Nkatha, which is not necessarily the guy that I would be aiming at from these set pieces. Not sure how that's happened. Duffy, though, floats it across to Swaby, who can't get onto the end of it. It comes to Scholes, back to Nkatha, who shoots from range, and it's a decent save by the QPR goalkeeper. We've got ourselves another corner on this near side. It's going to be Bunce looking to whip one in. Despite the fact that we can't see anything that's going on because of the aliens, that one went far post. It's going to be a third corner in a row. Can we create something from this one? The aliens still hanging around, having a lovely time with us. Now they've gone. Duffy hits the outswinger, gone far post again. But I think it was Squire who had got under it that time, but wasn't able to get any kind of proper contact. We've had 3 set pieces there, not really made anything of any of them. And go in at half-time, still 0-0. At least we woke up a little bit as the half went on. But I'd very much like, if at all possible, to, you know, score a few goals in this second half. If we go through my first Football Manager matches in over a week and don't score a goal even, God, I hate it. I hate it when this happens. We were on such a good run. I wanted to record as many videos as I could before I went away because of the form that we were in, knowing that this could happen when I got back. And, for goodness sake, Football Manager, why do you have to be such a swine at times? We're going attacking. We're going to berate because QPR are well down below us in the league. Look at them, all the way down here in 14th place, bottom half team. I know we're only Little Wembley and they're big old QPR, but this is the future. Things have changed. Salucci's been fouled there. Surely he has been fouled. It's going to be a penalty. We've got the chance for an immediate reply. I can't see who's taking it because he needs to turn his shirt towards me. Who's taking it? It's going to be Shehu to take the penalty, and it's an easy one. Straight down the middle. Goalkeeper dives. Shehu slots it in for his 5th goal of the season. I think we're going to leave attacking on, because we want to win the match. I don't want to send them the message that there you go, now you've got your equaliser, we're all happy again. We're not happy. We want to win the match, and Cath's given the ball away, which is rare for him. That's not normal. He's normally very good at keeping possession in that central midfield, and it's left us in a little bit of trouble here. The left back, obviously we've got Scholes playing out there, who's not really a left back, but he didn't seem to know where he was supposed to be positionally there. Just let the guy run straight past him. And that was a potential problem for us. We are a little bit light at left back when Berry's unavailable. And, I mean, it's not as if we can go out and sign more players to solve the problem. The squad is absolutely rammed. And financially, we're absolutely maxed out and then some. So we have to make do with what we've got. But it does show that even now, even when we're way over our own budget and spending more money than we've ever spent before, we're still not spending as much as the next lowest team in the division. We're massively underfunded for this level, and it is going to lead to gaps in the squad, and we've got a gap in the squad there today that's causing us problems. Scholes plays it forward to Duffy. Duffy knocks it past his man, tries to chase after it, but he's not fully fit. We know he's not fully fit. Don't try and use your pace when you're not fully fit, you silly bear. Who have we got on the bench who could potentially come up in? We'll worry about that afterwards because Whitmore's intercepted in midfield. Bunce turns two QPR players inside out. Deserved a goal there. That was wonderful from Bunce. I mean, mazy run. I mean, unfortunately, it ended up on his weak foot, so he had to try and fire it across goal and wasn't quite able to get it squeezing in at that far post. But lovely work from Bunce, and he's now taking a corner here. And I thought we'd won another penalty. We haven't won a penalty, and it's Squire who's going to try and get the ball back into the area at the other end again. Scholes show me that he is a left back, really. Duffy hits across. Swaby's there. And it's a 4th goal of the season for Swaby. 4th consecutive league game that he's scored in as well. So I know it's October and 4th goal of the season doesn't sound impressive. Remember, he spent the first 2 months of the season injured. He is now in the team and he is now scoring goals. And that is, I mean, he's just a proper centre forward, isn't he? Proper centre forward's goal. 2-1 up. Now he will drop back to a positive mentality and probably look to take Duffy off, who wasn't really fit enough to play a full game anyway. So we'll take him off. Scholes is also struggling, so Lloyd can come on for him. Duffy, I guess we can stick Bunce out on the left and bring Regan on the right. We've done that a few times this season. And fingers crossed, we're not weakening the team too much. Looking at what else we've got on the bench, not a lot, really. I mean, we've got midfielders and defenders. We don't really have any other attacking options. Not that we need attacking options. We're winning a football match. Let's shore up the defence a little. Squire is now tiring, so Hill can come on for him. Whitmore can come off for Westlake. Easy substitutions. We may as well take off on Cather and bring Cole on as well. There you go. Easy peasy. See the game out now, chaps. This would be the extension of a long unbeaten run in the league if we can hold on. But you know what we're like going into the final 10 minutes of football matches. We do still have it in us to let teams back into games. Hill does well to nod that down to Regan, who tries for the clearance. He's actually found Bunce there. And now Lloyd from left back plays it back to Bunce. Bunce into Shehu, who knocks it over the top, looking for Swaby. Wasn't the best of passes from Shehu, but Cole wins it back. Regan's got it again, and now Swaby goes past one man. He's been brought down. I don't think that was in the penalty area. The ref has given a penalty, though. Okay. I'll take it. Westlake hammers it. 3-1. That's job done, I think. Offer some praise. Good work, boys. That last one was definitely a gift because I'm pretty sure that was outside of the penalty area. But sometimes you just need a little bit of luck to go your way. We've been knocked out of the FA Cup. It's going to cost us an absolute fortune. But as you can see, we're still playing well in the league. And that's jolly nice. That's a loose ball from Hill. And QPR, with 10 minutes to go, might think they can still sneak themselves back into this game, and a goal there would have left me feeling a little uncomfortable going into those final 10 minutes. But we've comfortably been the better team. I mean, we've had 65% possession against QPR. What a world Wembley are living in this far in the future. Bunce has given the ball away there, but it's back with Cole, and now Salucci to Cole. Plays it into Lloyd. We're playing lovely football. Bunce goes into the area again. Finds Regan. And it's 4. And this is definitely flattering us a little bit now. But I'll take it. 4-1 to Wembley. Forget what happened in the FA Cup. It was deliberate. That's why we rotated. We wanted to be able to focus on the league. We want to get promoted this year. And goodness me, are we looking good value for it at the moment. We've got goals coming from all over the pitch. And we've just absolutely dominated a traditionally big club. That makes me very, very happy. And I think that's going to be the final score as well. The ref's doing his very best to play as much added time as possible to give QPR a chance to get back in. They never had a chance to get back in. Lovely stuff. Second in the league. And I think the plan from here is to get a whole load of games played again. We've got nothing else going on this season now. Unless, I mean, there's still a chance that we get to Wembley in the EFL Trophy. But realistically, the only EFL Trophy game I'll show you would be a final at Wembley. So it's going to be league games all the way from here. So let's try and get a bunch of them done. We're very much watching the clock. I think we could probably get to the end of January from here. Wimbledon and Peterborough seems like a decent spot to aim for. And then we'll know what we've got to do for the run-in. And hopefully we'll come back for that next episode, being very much still in an automatic promotion hunt. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.